And in that sense, I don't think there's ever been more immoral
Mm.
regime. I mean, I think we're really high up there with the Third Reich and North Korea because these people are doing it in the name of God.
I opened today's show with an essay entitled "Never Forget the Massacre of Zahedan." Um, Mariam, what do you think we learn from Bloody Friday, where the regime security forces opened fire on children, even bystanders, in the streets at a protest in southeast Iran? What should we learn from that?
We have to learn that every single one of us is Iranian, and we are only as strong as our weakest link in the chain. So it doesn't matter how mobilized and erudite and determined people in Tehran are if we forget about how people in Zahedan or Khuzestan or any part. I mean, we have become a country where people with graduate degrees are kulbars, or people with graduate degrees, if they need to go back to be in a place like Zahedan because they have to take care of their mom and dad, can't earn a living. We have to remember that all of us are from the same place where we are one. And even as the movement has unity, we have to remember that the reality of life is so varied for people. All these people call themselves Iranian, but look at the lives, look at the difficulties, look at how hard it is for someone who's in Sistan Baluchistan to live. We can't forget how much killing there has been of the Baluchis. I mean, a significant portion of those executed are on a regular basis from that province. And we have an obligation to be the voice of that weakest link, I think, always. The most marginalized, the most poor, the most, this regime came to power with a revolution in the name of the downtrodden, the
Yeah.
Mustazafin, and it has created an entire nation of Mustazafin. And in the name of God and in the name of the poor, uh, people who people who profess to be pious steal from the people. And in that sense, I don't think there's ever been more immoral
Mm.
regime. I mean, I think we're really high up there with the Third Reich and North Korea because these people are doing it in the name of God.
But there is an added layer when we go to the regions that are outside the big cities, the big urban centers, and when we talk about places like Ardabil or Sanandaj or Zahedan, and there's been a fair bit of speculation that the security forces in Balochistan and Zahedan, uh, they knew that they could kill with impunity. They could just sort of open live ammunition on a crowd in a way that they wouldn't probably in Tehran or in Shiraz. And the reason that they thought they could is because they figured nobody will care. Um,
Well,
and that's pretty shameful that is an attitude that they can take. But it comes from a legitimate place where these parts of Iran have been neglected by everyone to a certain extent, right?
I completely agree. And I mean, I don't want to say this because I like to be hopeful and positive, particularly at a time like this, but even a lot of the people who are part of a democracy movement or a human rights movement, they will neglect the reality of life for those people that are the most marginalized. It's unfortunate. We need to put aside nationalists, chauvinism, and really, when we talk about being Iranian, be talking about every single person who lives in that geography of Iran.